Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. In today's passage of Scripture, the Apostle Paul continues his instructions for Christian families by referring to the parent and child relationships. God cares how we act, and our family relationships are extremely important in how we please God with our lives. In Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1 through 4, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition. It says, "Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord. For this is the right thing to do. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. If you honor your father and mother, things will go well for you, and you will live a long life on earth. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord." Very concise explanation of parent-child relationships. Children, it gives you two reasons to obey your parents. And I think when he's talking to children here, he's talking to children that are old enough to make their own decisions, but young enough to still be under the parental authority. I don't think he's talking about the infants still in diapers, but I think it includes them. Children, obey for two reasons. One, you belong to the Lord, and two, because it's the right thing to do. It is important that when a child is old enough to make a decision, that we help that child make a decision to be obedient to parents. Being obedient is a lifelong skill that's required in just about every relationship in life. Being obedient to what the authority of the law says, being obedient to what the authority of our schools and jobs say, it's something we need to learn. And it's a lot better learned at a young age. Children, obey because you belong to the Lord and because it's the right thing to do. And then he reminds them from the Ten Commandments that we are to honor our parents. And he says this is the first commandments. It's got a promise attached to it that if we honor our parents, that things will go well and we will live a long life. Oh, how desperately we want things to go well. Obey means to do what they say, but honor means respect their right to say it. Honor and obey are two different things. Obeying is just doing what they say, but honoring them is giving them the respect that they deserve. And then he gives instructions for fathers. And we get so tied up in the instructions for kids, we miss these instructions for the dads. He says, do not provoke your children to anger. A whole bunch of dads want their kids to be something that God never intended for their children to be. They want their children to have skills and talents that God didn't give them. Your children are individuals and should be treated as individuals. Your children are not there to fit all of your preconceived notions or to be forced into your concept of who they ought to be. But what does he say instead? Bring them up with discipline and instruction. Bring them up. It's interesting to understand the concept of bringing them. It's not directing them from afar, but bringing them with you. And use discipline, amazingly modeled on your own self-discipline, and to instruct them. Dads, your primary role is to be a teacher. Be the teacher that is and leader of your children that is worthy of respect and honor. Kids, don't rebel just because you want to, but get along together. The parent-child relationship where the child is in the home lasts for a very short time. And all too soon, the kids are grown and living their own lives. And it's important that we as parents and we as children have that mutual respect and admiration for each other and appreciation for the love and care and nurture that we've shared. May God bless your families this week. God bless you.